The playing features that we have seen, the rare and ground magnetic is there, no play of class, no sign of neighborhood, nothing to eat and no where to sit down. There is no relationship, there is no shelter. Yes, complicated on that national, that is very important. That the whole modern humanity seems to be complicated on the planet. Look at its abstraction turned into a noun. Then stood as unintelligible multitude. The multitude is a vast number of people. Unintelligible because they are badly confused. They cannot make sense as to what is happening. When the mother of Achilles was beginning to find such images of the shield as could represent the strength of the culture and the power of all traditional beliefs. Here we have an entirely different image. It is the blankness, it is the unintelligibility, and the confused state of mind. A million eyes and million moves in night. This multitude is now turned into the faces of the soldiers. The people in the line are in fact the soldiers marching in the flank. A million eyes and million moves in line without expression. Now this does not only represent the neutrality of their participation, because they are without any expression, as if they are not participating. And yet it articulates the inherent contradiction of their participation in the destruction of humanity itself. So the soldiers are none else but human, confused indeed, and they indeed are creating a state of destruction. They are killing each other. And the whole of Europe is therefore facing the onslaught of the Second World War. So these are million eyes, million moves in line without expression, waiting for a sign, that is the signal, the orders of the commander, to attack, to kill the enemy. Out of the air and voice without a tail. Out of the air and voice without a tail, proved by statistics that some cause was just in tones as dry and desert as the place. So this is the line articulate. The effacement of a quiet that initiated and propagated the war. If we try to look into the basis of history, it becomes very difficult to locate as to which individual was responsible for the Second World War. If we try to catch hold of one, we think of the Nazi ruler only, Hitler, for example. But he alone was not responsible. Therefore, the poet believes that the forest cannot be identified, number one. Out of the air, a forest without the tree. Now, this is indeed the phase of the powers of destruction of the forces of disintegration. Because when evil grips any individual, it is spread over the continent and it has swallowed the peace, the tranquility, the happiness, and the life of the people. Therefore, the air is filled with the quiet of a face without a face, proved by statistics. Remember this is the statistical support. The statistics they have already calculated in terms of numbers, in terms of mathematical accuracy as to what is the profit and what is the gain. But nobody has ever thought about the spiritual powers, about the religious values, about the social, cultural, even consequences of the war. Nobody thought about it. They only calculated in terms of the statistics. The statistics may be dealing with the length and breadth of the territory, dealing with the power and the property that they wanted to project. This truth can be predicted in a statistical manner. But the loss of humanity cannot be calculated in terms of statistics. It cannot be numbered. So there is an analytical fact in the situation that the entire idea of war and justification of war is based on the statistical figures and not on actualities of life. Because actualities of life are looking for values also. Values are now here thrown to the wind. And nobody is caring about that. Therefore, the leader of the masses here, who has been the prime mover of the whole war, the leader of the masses was the faceless one. That is why he is the faceless one. Remember, because no individual can be responsible for it. But this effacement is not spiritual. Remember, this effacement is not spiritual. It's simply a shift of responsibility in the day. And therefore, the hollowness, the spiritual hollowness of individuals is a greater matter of concern for the poet than the statistical figures that may give access to one and inferiority to another. So, proof by statistics that some cause was just. So, the justification of war may be done statistically, but it cannot be done on the basis of loss of value. It cannot. How can you assess how much morality suffered? How much ethics suffered? How much value they are thrown to the victim? How much cruelty inflicted humanity? So these things cannot be calculated in terms of statistical figures. But there was a war. So there must be some cause of war. And the cause of war was justified statistically, not in terms of value, not in terms of virtue, not in terms of something that humanity had triggered by launching this war. So prove by statistics that some cause was just. In those as dry and level as place. What was the tone and what was the level? It was as dry and as faithless as the place itself. How was the place? The place was deserted. The place was dry. The place didn't have any possibility of vegetation. You remember there was no shade, no shelter, no humanity. It was all dry, very wasteland life. Therefore, this barrenness is indeed the evil consequence of the war, because war had caused large scale devastation. People had died, and the lands were down, habitations were demolished, and there was no sign of hope, no sign of life, no sign of anything positive. So it says, in tone as dry and level as the place. So the tone and justification of war was indeed hollow. It didn't have a substance within to justify really why they fought with each other. No one was cheered and nothing was discussed. That's very important. That the war did not bring cheer to anyone, neither to the victor nor to the victims, neither the one who became the rulers and those who lost their territory. So neither the victor nor the victim is in an advantageous position if we think in terms of human values, if we think in terms of spiritual values. Nothing, no one was cheered. It brought joy to mind. Nothing was discussed. Column by column, in a cloud of dust, they marched away. The soldiers are marching to the battlefield in columns and columns, that is in different lines. In silence, what I say, the silence is different. It is that in silence they were moving, marching towards the border, enduring a belief whose logic brought them somewhere else to be. Remember, what was the faith in the mind of the soldiers? Why, after all, they were killing each other? They had a faith in their minds that their master had given a call for war, and so this was fine. This is the faith. But this neutrality of the army is admirable, no doubt, because the army simply listens to the command of the master. It does not evaluate the command, because if he is not doing that, he will be interfering in the political and in powers and privileges of the government. And so there is a tendency. Here he says that this is not simply a matter of adoration about the discipline of the army. This is also a matter of how army also or soldiers also fought the multitude of humanity. And they are kept in dark. They do not have any justification of their own actions if you ask them why did you kill your friend on the other party. They do not have any justifiable answer. But then to do it, and they do it as automated, as machines, as commanded forces, enduring a belief. Now the word is very important, enduring, as if they are trying to bear it, a belief whose logic brought them somewhere else to be. Remember, the action that they performed did not bring joy, cheerfulness to them. It brought them only grief, only pain. So, whatever happened in the war, and whoever was precipitating the war, promoting the war, and bringing it to the logical end, was not happy indeed, nor was it creating any happiness for the rest of humanity. So, not only those who participated in the war and died were sufferers, but the whole of humanity was a sufferer, and this is an action. Therefore, W.H. Auden is trying to express the sense of grief, the sense of shock, and the sense of loss that this old lady had, because this old lady was willing to find beautiful scenes and images carved on the shield of Achilles, so that those images will represent the cultural and spiritual powers of the nation, and those will be representing the protective forces that the soldier is armed with. Here, soldiers are soldiers, remember. The shield is also for the soldier to protect. But will the soldier be protected by this kind of action? No. So the soldier himself is exposed to all sorts of society, and there is no place to take responsibility of this. Therefore, the message is of the leader is senseless. The voice is inarticulate. The statistics may be there to justify the war, but there is no magic system to afford it. And nothing has been discussed. It has brought no joy to anybody, no cheers anywhere. People are simply marching in a cloud of dust, and what they are leaving behind is only a cloud of dust. So when the soldiers march, with the marching, the dust blows up in the air and it creates a cloud. So it's a cloud of dust which makes the vision blurred, that makes them blind partially in a way, and therefore they cannot see through. They cannot see through. The cloud is thick enough. And this is the cloud of all sorts of business, all sorts of thick accusations, all sorts of filthy images, and all sorts of filthy desires for destroying others and extending their own identity. That's what? It is that no one was here, nothing was discussed. Column by column in a cloud of dust is marched away. They themselves were creators of a cloud of dust, and they themselves were the victims of the cloud of dust because they got lost in the cloud of dust. That's the key point. So those who are the perpetrators of this war or perpetrators of crime against humanity, they themselves are victims. They cannot say that they have never experienced the pain of life. No one was here, nothing was distant, column by column in the cloud of dust, they marched away. Enduring a belief, the only thing that they had with them was a faith that whose logic brought them somewhere else to grief. Unfortunately, they didn't harvest any joy. They got only grief and regret. So the soldiers of the Second World War are indeed not marching to the battleground only, to the borders only. They are indeed marching to death. They are killing each other. They themselves are dying. They themselves are creating death for each other. In fact, they are marching into death. And that's why the cloud of dust has a metaphorical significance. Dust the shape back. So they have created the cloud of dust. They are the perpetrators of destruction and devastation of the world, and they themselves are victims of it. So they march away enduring belief whose logic brought them somewhere else to believe. She looked over his shoulder. Her first image had been to whom? To the mother. Again, she is still hopeful. She looked over his shoulder. Whose shoulder? Because he was carrying the image of the sheep. He was preparing to take his back. She looked over his shoulder for a ritual piety. Remember, this is natural, inherent qualities of humanity. Piety. We must have love, affection, devotion to God. Love, affection for humanity, and devotion to God. So this is piety and good work. Remember, she must be willing to do good to humanity, to serve the interests of humanity, to bring joy. This is piety. And we must be also devoted to the spiritual powers that is recognized in the God. Because she expected the effect of piety with people devoted to God. The religious people, maybe people standing outside the temple, outside the churches, outside the places of worship, something like that. She looked over his shoulder for ritual piety. Ritual, as if there is an image of a church and people are standing in a queue to offer their prayer, this is in fact the ritual of piety, because they have faith in the God inside the church and they are willing to perform good duties for humanity, and so they are images of natural piety. So here, this ritual piety, she also wanted white flower garlanded hair, libation and sacrifice. Very important. She also wanted white flowers, garlanded heifer. Heifer are in fact young cows or young, you see, animals of sacrifice. That's very important. So when you go to the temple of goddess, you take the animal of sacrifice. And if people are queuing up, look at the contrast, that there are soldiers queuing up, creating a cloud of dust that is moving into dust. Here on the other hand, the lady expected a queue of worshippers, devotees, waiting at the gate of their shrine, where they want to offer their prayer, with all their sacrificial goats or for that matter sacrificial animals to be offered. Look at the contrast. Humanity is being sacrificed. But on the other hand, the sacrifice of the animals is missing. So this is how the expectation, which is related with devotion, piety, with willingness to do good work, is replaced by images which are contrary. She looked over his shoulders for ritual piety. White flowers are like, remember when the animal of prey is taken to the temple for sacrifice, or place of sacrifice. The animal is washed, anointed, flower garlands are put around because the animal is it is a ritual. White flower garland is saved first. And libation and sacrifice, she expected. Libation in fact is the offering of wine to God. Because that is indeed a reflection of the Holy Spirit. It's a wine to God. But there on the shining metal, so she expected religious images on the shield. On the other hand, the image that came up, there on the shining metal, where the altar should have been, imagine that there is a shield, 1/3 had already been created to have been. The remaining third, where she wanted temple, churches, people standing for offering operation, prayer, and things like this, a different image. And the image that of the place where there should have an altar. Altar is the place where God sacrifices. If we leave certain philosophical questions, we will see how it emerges out of this life. Where the altar should have been, she saw by his flickering force of light, while another scene. So the place where she expected an altar to come up, to be carved out, a different scene came out. What was the scene? It was barbed wire, enclosed an arbitrary spot. Imagine that on this part of the shield, the mother wanted the altar for sacrifice. The question is implied inside as to what makes it religious and what makes sense. What brings meaning? Is the altar or is the God that makes the altar important? Very important. Is the sacrifice that makes the goddess a goddess, or is the goddess that makes the sacrifice a religious ritual? This is how the implied meaning is a rather complex philosophical logic to see and to understand as to who makes whom great. Who makes whom great? The God becomes great because we offer him sacrifice, for example. Or is the sacrifice that is greater because it makes him great? Who is great? When it comes down, the killer on the field, who is great? The sufferer or the perpetrator of the suffering? The victor or the victim? So all these questions are implied here. So instead of the sacrifice, another image comes up here. And here is the image. Barbed wire enclosed an arbitrary spot. Imagine, it's a picture of the concentration camp that Nazi government had. You know, when the jails are not sufficient to accommodate the prisoners are kept in the open. Okay? And there is a barbed wire encircling an area. The area becomes an open prison. So it happens during the war generally, because in the war, a large number of prisoners, war prisoners are held, and it is very difficult for any government to put them in the jail for a protected war. So they create open prison. This is an image of an open prison. So the place where the mother was expecting an altar to come up, the image of an altar, there was the image of a vast area. So this is the image of an open prison. This is concentration camp, and referring to Second World War. Concentration camps were there, and very bitter, cruel punishments were given to the prisoners of war. So barbed wire enclosed an arbitrary spot. There was a small spot which was enclosed by a barbed wire covered, where board officials lounge. Who are there? It's not the devotees lining up. It's not the sacrificial goat. It's not the goddess. It is in fact the place, barbed, where officials are sitting. They are in fact the cruel winners, the victors. They are sitting and they are bored. Look, this war has brought boredom. It has brought grief. You have seen, and they are bored because they are doing the same thing repeatedly. And what are they doing? They are doing only beating the prisoners of war. And they are in fact, one cracked their joke because while I was trying, they were joking with each other, and sentries sweated for the day was hot. The watchmen, the soldiers waiting, the guards of that open prison, they were sweating because the day was hot. The reasons are apparent. It's an open prison. The sun is there in the sky, and so people are sweating. A crowd of ordinary decent folk, and outside the barbed wire, there is a huge crowd of people. Ironically, the poet says that decent. They are coward people, common men. Mind you, common men. Punishment is being given to innocent victims. Brutality is being inflicted upon them. Okay? With cruelty they are being treated. But there is a decent crowd waiting outside the barbed wire, watching them silently, not interfering. Look at the helplessness of the common man when something arbitrary is being performed within the arena. It's like a ring. It's a ring of soldiers. Just imagine. It's a ring of wrestlers. And you find the game interesting, watching from outside. So the sentries expected for the day was hot. A crowd of ordinary decent folk, that are any privileged people. They are ordinary. Watched from without, they were watching the whole affair from outside, and neither moved nor spoke. So they took no action. They never protested. protested against the cruelty inflicted upon humanity. They spoke nothing, maintained a decent silence, and therefore they were decent people living outside. So they neither moved nor spoke, no protest, verbal or physical, no protest. It's silent suffering humanity. Barbed wire enclosed an military spot where board officials laughed, one cracked a joke, and sentries waited for the day was hot. A crowd of ordinary decent folk watched from without outside, and neither moved nor spoke. The three pale figures were led forth and bound to three posts driven upright in the ground. So in that vast area, the image that Microsoft created was the image of a circle which was occupied and mastered by a few soldiers or officials, and there were three pillars. The pillars remind us of the three crosses on Golgotha. We have discussed this several times. So, that Christ along with his two chapters were crucified together, three of them, not only one. So there were three pillars, and with each pillar, a prisoner was tied, and people were whipping. So the soldiers were whipping at the poor innocent prisoners of war. They were the whipping. The three pale, they are pale, like that. This is the image or the face of the modern men during the war or after the war. There is no life blood left. Led forth, so three of them were drawn forcibly, brought close to the three pillars. They were tied and punished. To three posts driven upright in the ground. So they were driven forcibly, brought in the center of that circle, and the circle was barred, nobody could enter. And there was an innocent crowd outside waiting, rather a coward crowd waiting, protesting, neither verbally, neither spoke nor did it. This is the image of the concentration camp in the Second World War, where people were punished brutally, and all sorts of cruelty was inflicted. So, look at the contrast. The mother expects a religious place where people will queue up for offering oblations to the gods and goddesses. She finds them. People are here also, but they are all waiting. They are queued up, waiting to be punished. So, what has replaced the sacrificial ghost? The sacrificial ghosts have been replaced by humans. Instead of ghosts, humans have been sacrificed. And the altar is replaced by the cross. Three pillars. Look at the scene, transformation. These are metamorphosis of the images. And through this contrasting image, the poet wants to convey freely that this is a matter of deed, this is a matter of the life, this is a matter of spiritual holiness. So look at the transformation. The altar is replaced by the three pillars. The sacrificial goats are replaced by the prisoners of war. And the people queuing up, waiting for offering their oblations to the gods and goddesses are replaced by the innocent crowd waiting outside. No protest. This is a sad difference. The next understand is very important. The contrast to crucifixion are really painful. Humanity is being butchered. Christ too was crucified, no doubt, but he was crucified and he sacrificed himself for the cause of humanity. Here, people are being sacrificed, butchered for selfish gain, for war, for cause which cannot bring joy to humanity. Look at the contrast. So Christ's crucifixion brought relief to humanity. But here the crucifixion of innocent people or the prisoners of war is not going to bring any good to humanity. It is only called green. So this is a contrast. The mass and majesty of this world, very important. Mass and majesty of this world, all that carries weight and always weighs the same. That's very important. It conforms to the scientific perception. The weight of this earth never changes. It never changes. What happened in Varanasi is high-rising buildings are constructed, the weight will go. Because these are all total mass remains the same. So the mass and majesty of this world, all that carries weight and always weighs the same. This transcends time, this transcends all limitations, space, this transcends generation, culture, religion, because essentially the mass of humanity is the same. The mass may be divided into killers and killed, into gods and devotees. You may have different kinds of perceptions, but the total mass is the same. This is the mass and majesty of this world. All that carries weight and always is the same. Laid in the hands of others. They are all left to the mercy of those killers. The mercy of those cruel perpetrators of war. Laid in the hands of others. So they are helpless. This is the utter helplessness of the mass and majesty of humanity. Faces may have changed, positions may have been shuffled. The killer and the killed might have changed their places. Sometimes I kill you, sometimes you kill me, but we are the killers and we are the killed. So when anybody is killed, you are killed. And when anybody kills, you kill. You get it? This is the total mass and majesty of humanity never changes. So when you smile, somebody else is weeping. Okay? Because each smile is at the cost of somebody else's tears. And it is a matter of rotation. So when you are a happy moment, the sadness must be shared by somebody else. Because the total amount of sadness and the total amount of joy never changes. Okay? Yeah. This is the mass and majesty of humanity never changes. It is constant always. It's only a matter of sharing. What do you share? How much do you share? How long do you share? And how do you share? Okay? So the mass and majesty of this world, all that carries weight and always weighs the same, laid in the hands of others. This is unfortunate because we have been left to the mercy of all those people who have become greedy of power, of privilege, of wealth, of the passion to extend their history, and could not hope for help. So, from where do you expect a help? If I look you as a killer, and you feel you are killed, right? Where will you look for help? Is there any other one face which is different from this? Probably not. Because each face is a killer and each face is a killer. So this is something in humanity that it is so pure. People could not hope for help and no help came. This is I say this is probably one of the most important standards of this competition because it projects the vision of inhumanity clearly. It's not a vision of humanity, it's a vision of inhumanity. Modern inhumanity. Mass massacre has taken place during the war. People kill each other like animals. And do you expect help from any concept? Meaning is also different. Because it's like a death of the God. Is there God to help you? Most war generations believe that God is dead. Because there is no God to help you. This is not really the death of God. But this is the total disrespect of man. Total hopelessness, loss of faith, loss of any kind of regeneration. for salvation, for example. Christ stood for salvation. His sacrifice brought joy to humanity, redeemed humanity of its guilt. But what will these sacrifices bring to humanity? That's the question. All these people are being butchered mercilessly in the war. One, therefore, Christ brought joy to humanity and to heal the wounds of humanity. Will these sacrifices of heads, of innocent people, of soldiers, bring joy to humanity? So could not. You and so you cannot expect help. This is probably the total sense of helplessness of the modern man. And really no help came. Look at the actuality and the desired notion. Two things are there. The realities on the one hand and the expectations, imagination, the ideas on the other hand. They have a feeling that there is a God who can. They have a feeling. Because they are believers. But when we believe that there is no God to help me, that this is my state of disillusionment. And this was the disillusionment created by the world. Therefore, here there is no hope of any salvation, and really no hope came. I told you that there was a watch, there was a crowd watching silently, not protesting, neither verbally nor through action. So this highlights or heightens the impact of that sense of hopelessness, injustice of modern humanity in the past of the Second World War. It could not hope for help and no help came. So this is the reality as opposed to the expectation. The old lady's wishes were expectation. And the images that came out were reality. The realities were harsh. The realities were perceptible on the face of the shield. The expectations are denied. The old traditional hope of the old lady has never been fulfilled. So reality is harsh to the ideal. Is that clear? This is the clash between the ideal and the real. The real is horrible. The real is horrible. Life is in shambles. Values are lost. Spirituality is turned into hollowness, and man is turned into a hollow creature. So the whole mass and majesty of this world, all that carries weight and always remains the same, lay in the hands of others. They were small and could not hope for help, and no help came. A handful of people precipitated. They were small. So only a small group of people could bring so much of this peace. And could not hope for help and no help came. That their force right to do was done. That's very important. The soldiers were killing each other without any rhyme or reason, without realizing what they were doing. They did not understand the meaning of their action. The only faith they had was that their master had given a command. Because they were waiting for the sign, the signal. The signal was given and they attacked each other, killed each other, continuously, without knowing what they were doing. This affirms, reaffirms, and reaffirms the Christian vision. Christ's vision. When Christ said that these people do not know what they are doing. People were throwing stones at him, at his cross. And when his followers wanted to chase them and give a punishment, he said, please don't beat them, because they do not know what they are doing. Ignorance. But that ignorance was pardonable. And Christ was there on the cross, so he pardoned them. They were punished. But here the master, a small group, handful of people, who are crucifying the mass and majesty of humanity, human ones, are not giving any spiritual sense of pardon. They are cruel. So kindness of cruelty of the masters of the world. Therefore, the life to do was that whatever they wanted, if the blind adherence to the merciless command, their shame was all the works could wish. Remember, shameless people were doing it. The only thing they wished was this, which they didn't have. So this is the image of Mount Massacre. Thousands of people were butchered. They were rational, without any rhyme or reason. And whatever rhyme or reason they had was only a statistical. Statistically the problem. But all the words could wish. So this is probably the first condition of humanity. There cannot be anything worse than this. They lost their rights and died as men before their bodies died. That's very important. In the battle, people were killed. But those who were the perpetrators of this killing of war died much earlier. Because those innocents who were killed, they died physically. But those who were still surviving, the perpetrators, the killers, they didn't die physically, but they had died much before their bodies died. What is it? So there are different types of death. One is the death, physical. The other, moral. Just imagine. So they were morally dead. They were inhuman creatures. They didn't have the sense of feeling. They didn't have any feeling for humanity indeed. So it says that they lost their pride and died as men before their bodies died. So much before their physical death, they had already died morally, religiously, spiritually. And there cannot be a greater crime against humanity like this. Nobody can wish more than that. It is probably the image of man. So in these two stanzas taken together, we have a great description of the consequences and practices of Second World War. That there were concentration camps in the Nazi convention. Concentration. Concentration camps were in fact camps of torture. They had tortured people. As a business in America, or in the country on the day, and they are tortured. That's beautiful. But all the first could wish, so they lost their pride and died as well before their bodies died. So the entire vision of modern inhumanity is concretized in this stanza when people are killed like animals, and the killers are also dead in the eyes of this poet, although not physically, but morally and spiritually. So the entire contrast crucifixion in Bible or in Christianity has been created by this image. So second wave of shock has come to the world lady now. What we are saying, second year. But still the lady is hopeful. Still the hope, she is hopeful because the creation of the shield is still not complete. She looks over his shoulder, for he has received at their gate. The first thing, you remember the first event he expected was that of wine trees and ships sailing on or crossing on the way, light, projection, power, trade, everything. She wanted greenery, nature, vegetation, but it was the light. Then she wanted religious places of worship of faith, which was again replaced by the concentration camps of the Nazi. 2 million. Thirdly, she looked over his shoulder for at least at their gate. So she wanted youthfulness, life, vitality, sports and games, for example, would be go literal. for at least at their age, men and women in a dance, she wanted people dancing hand in hand. She wanted the youthful activities of games and sports. Athletic is the spirit of life. Athletic. Spirit, that is athletic. Move their sweet limbs. And in the dance, she wanted dancing couples moving their sweet limbs. Quick to music. She wanted people to dance to the music, sweet limbs dancing to the tunes of sweet music she wanted. But there was a shining shield. So she wanted light, she wanted joy, she wanted religion, everything is there. Lastly, she wished that probably in the third portion of the shield, the maker will create the image of couples dancing hand in hand, moving in joy, and the music of life instead of the horror of death that was witnessed. Quick to music. But there on the shining shield, his hands had set on dancing floor, but a weak choked field. Remember, the dancing floor must be a marble floor, the smooth one, where the dancers can dance without any fear of falling. Without any fear of falling. But here, the part of the shield, where the old lady wanted the dancing floor and the images of couples dancing together, and the musical instruments being played by the side, the image is reflected here. The floor of the dance is choked by the weeds, the leafy grasses, the tangled, you see, the legs are tangled in which, if you go to Ganga or any river, or any pond, you have weeds inside, and your leg is entangled, it's not clean. So here, the dancing floor, which is the floor of life, and the dance is metaphorical of the activities of life, sweet, loving, musical, joy. So those quick motions with music and light and joy are now here not possible because the floor, the dancing floor, is choked. And choked by weeds, it's the weed choked. How can the dancer move freely? Making their life each leg is entangled. Each dancer is likely to fall. There's no plain level field to dance the dance of life. Instead of this, what was there? Look at the other kind of dance that he created on the face of the shape. A ragged arch. Aimless and alone. Loitered about that vacancy. So the dancing floor is replaced by an empty piece of land where a few arches who are innocent boys and girls, teenagers, childish, with a rag bag at their back, looking for the rag to pick. Remember, look at the image. These are arches. Maybe the rag picker, maybe innocent people, fatherless people, orphans, playing in an open area. And what are they doing? They are picking a stone and throwing it at the birds flying in the sky. Look at the activity. It's very natural activity that the artists are indulging. You can find them in the corners of the street anywhere. So instead of that beautiful place where the marble floor will be there, humanity will be allowed to dance smoothly, music will be there. We have ragged arches in rags, number one. They may be rag pickers as well. Aimless and alone, there is no direction. They do not have education, they do not have a school going habit, they do not have any direction of their life. They are aimless. Loitering, vagabond life. archons, aimless and alone, loitered about that vacancy is empty space, loitering, aimless, which means aimless movement. A bird flew up to safety from his well-aimed stone. So the boy has picked up a stone, but his activity, instead of adults or couples on the floor, the activities are represented by urchins picking up the stones and throwing it, well-aimed at birds. Well-aimed. The girls are raped. The two boys knife each other. Two boys knife a third. Look at this. This is the activity of life. They take on the sweet, musical, notation of sound and happy motions of life on the floor. We have an open vacant area where urchins are playing, throwing stones at the birds flying in the sky, and what are they doing? They are either raping a damsel, or two of them knife the third. Crime, brutality, rage, playfulness, carelessness, without any concern for humanity. This is in fact the darker face of humanity, or a darker image of life. The dawn of metaverse. This is the metaverse nature. Bicycle dance, indeed, it's a bicycle dance. So the rabbit urchin aimless and alone loitered about that vacancy. A bird flew up to safety. Look, when he flew the stone, the bird had to protect itself, and it flew up to safety. So it dodged well zone. It's a game that is being played. One is hitting, the other is trying to protect. So the bird had to protect. The birds are the two boys like the bird everything. Where it seems to him, that's very important. It's clear and evident to them without any proof. No need of the proof. Where it seems to him, who had never heard of any word where promises were kept, or one could weep because another wept. Now, why are these urchins indulging in such activities of carelessness, cruelty? Why, after all? You cannot just hold them entirely responsible for the life they are living, for the activities they are indulging. You cannot. Right? Because unfortunately, these children are unprotected. These children are without any guidance. These children are writing without aim. Remember this? And these children have never heard from anybody that you are weeping because others are also weeping. Meaning thereby there is no extension of the sense of feeling. They do not know how grief travels from heart to heart. They do not know how grief travels from heart to heart. So they are all lonely creatures, isolated creatures. They have no sense of humanity. They have no sense of humanity. They have not heard of any word where promises were kept. And what is their life? Their life is without any promise. Nobody ever kept the promises. Either they have been betrayed by their parents, maybe. There are so many innocent girls who are left by the poor parents because she is taken as a burden. Left somewhere at the station, for example, or at a lonely place, for example, left to her fate. What will happen to such a kind of living being after growing up? These urchins are there is no parentage. It's a traumatized childhood. That's a traumatized childhood, which can take any shape. So if they are killing the birds, if they are raping girls, if they are knifing each other, indulging in all sorts of crimes, snatching for example, we cannot wholly hold them responsible. They do deserve compassion. They do deserve sympathy, understanding, evaluation, because they are a part of humanity. And we are the creators of this condition, this emptiness, the empty space. So there is a emptiness inside them also. There is an emptiness inside them also. There is no substance. They have no idea of any kind of relationship. They do not know that tears also travel or grief travels from heart to heart. They do not know anything of it. They have been turned into isolated creatures, and so they are heartless ones. Aimless they are. Look at the contrast. Aimless creatures are aiming well at the flying bird. But look at it. They do not have their aims of life. Aimless they are, but they aim at the bird perfectly out. Look at the condition. When Alexander Ryan named the chief protagonist of his novel, The Guide, what was her name? Remember? Nobody did it. Rosie. It was Rosie. The name was Rosie. There was hardly any kind of fragrance in her life. Look at it. Look at the irony. It's absolutely ironical in Rosie. This is what these aimless creatures are aiming. Look at it. There is absolutely no aim in life, and that's what they are aiming. So if they are aiming at the flying bird, in fact they are seeking the kind of aim themselves, because there is no aim. So it is the inner diversity, the inner harmony that is more important than noticeable, because they do not know, I told you, that there is any heart, that we are travel, that we are a part of larger humanity, that we are creating pain to others, because they do not know what to feel. They are in there. So they indulge in heartless activities like rape and killing, like it's a brutality, beastliness, aimlessness, all joined together in the identity of these identities life, because they aim well, so they are endless. So who has never heard of any word where promises were kept? Nobody made any promise to him, and no promise was ever kept to him. So his is a life without promises, and his is an awareness of the world without any sense of peace. So you get it? They are hardened creatures, isolated, cruel, brutal, evil, and of any word where promises were kept, or one could weep because others wept. And one could think that if you are weeping, tears may roll down my cheek also. They never could feel. So there is absolute loss of sensitivity, feeling. This is hardened. Right? So these small urchins are hardened creatures, and they are the products of this world. The world which has indulged in war and brutality and created a generation of people which is deprived of any sense of feeling of humanity. It is a heartless generation of murder that is being represented by the urchins. So could not be because of that. The ancient battle for the right, and this in fact has been witnessed here by the senseless eye. Not that in the past there were no battles. Several battles. History is replete with such descriptions of several battles fought by the man. But those battles had certain significance. But the battle that is there in the backdrop of this poem, which is Second World War, the poet finds absolutely unjustifiable. How? The gap between the ancient battles of pride and the modern or the contemporary battle of the Second World War, which was nothing but